Okay, welcome back to another episode of Vintage Fly Tying. Today we're going to be tying a Isonychia mayfly nymph that my father originally tied up 50 years ago. Ish. I was talking to him the other day about it, and he said his prime tying years were the 70s. These boxes are probably his earliest flies. They show 50 years worth of wear and tear on them. So we're going to go ahead and get started on this fly. First you're going to start laying a good foundation of thread. Thread I'm using is 100 denier. It's Royal Sissi, S-I-S-S-I. Don't know how to pronounce it, but we'll go with that. It's not a common thread. I got it off of a local fly shop. He has an online store. Going to have a grand opening here at the end of March. Risen Fly Fishing is the name. So if you're in Western PA, check them out. Okay, what we're going to do is we're going to make 3 tails from pheasant feather here. So go ahead and rip off 3 barbules. See if I got 3 there. Yep, got 3. Try to keep them all together there so you get them all same length. Mayflies have typically long tails. The Isonychia really, I don't think it has the longest of tails, but it has a pretty long tail. So we're going to go ahead and wrap this in. The original hook my father tied it on was a straight hook. This one has a little bend to it, so we're going to go ahead and just let it bend naturally. And go ahead and cut the waist off. Okay, from here, Isonychias have a rather flat, long body. And what I'm going to add to it to make it look like that is this corded suede material. I normally add lead to my Isonychias, but when I picked up my father's initially picked up my father's fly, it was rather light. So I don't think there's any lead at all in here. So we're going to make it without lead. And the best thing I can come up with is this suede. So what I did is cut a piece to the length of body I need here, to the abdomen section. And I trimmed up to a point on either side. That way it lays down nicely. So go ahead and tie it in the front, tie it in nice and securely here, nice and tight. And then over top of it, don't go too tight, because you still want to keep the illusion of being a square body. And then when you get back to the end here, go ahead and tie it down. So now you have a underbody there. Looks pretty nice. Now from here, we're going to add a piece of this hackle feather that I got from a cape, a bargain barrel cape that I use for a lot of things, but it's actually the color stem I wanted. And go ahead and tie that in. And now you're going to add 2 pieces of pheasant tail on either side of this body. And you want to be precise with this. You want to right along the side, because this is going to be your gills. So you don't want to be over or under, you want it right along the side of the body. pretty good. And the other one. Sorry, I gotta turn it my way to see. Show you in a second here. This is the one I normally screw up. If I'm going to screw something up, I'll screw this one up here. Because it's just upside down and backwards for me. So let's make sure we don't. Okay. So now you got everything tied in there. And now we're going to add some dubbing. Dubbing I'm going to use is the superfine dry fly dubbing. It's the color, closest color I had to what my father had used. I normally use a mixture of wool that I had come up with for my Isonychia, but this is closer to his color and we're trying to replicate his fly. So go ahead and spin your dubbing on. You want it pretty tight. You don't want a lot of bulk. And you only want to go halfway up the body. You want to periodically go ahead and tighten it up a little bit. Okay, that looks pretty good. And from here, you want to take those two pheasant tail barbules and lay it right alongside of the body there. And go ahead and capture it. So you can see what I've done there. We're going to do that to this side too. Okay, that looks good. That looks good. And now we're going to take that stem of a feather that we caught. We're going to go ahead and wrap this in. 6 turns is what I counted he did. 3, 4, 5, and we'll do 6. And go ahead and tie that off. Okay, you can cut everything away here. Now I noticed what he did is he cut in between the wraps real precisely. Takes a second to do here. See if I can do it. And on my side, what that does, they stick out now, and it looks like the gills. It's pretty neat how they did it. I don't know if he come up with this or if he got together with other fly tyers. I know that he used to do that. My uncle was telling me that he they used to get together in the basement and tie flies. Okay. So there you go. So now you got some gills. Okay, from here you're going to add some of your turkey. Go ahead and take a nice chunk of that, cut it off. And you're going to want the shiny side down. Because you're going to wrap it back up over. So go ahead and put your thumb down on it. Oh, split on me, I don't want that happening. Go ahead, place it down there, capture it, wrap it back. Okay, I apologize if the camera looks a little different again. Forgot about the battery. I got so involved with tying these flies that I forgot to check the battery. Okay. Alright. So, from here you're going to add, let's do a couple more wraps here before I get ahead of myself. Okay, from here you're going to add a little bit of this wool dubbing that I put together. This is nothing more than just fisherman's wool yarn. You add spin around your thread. Alright, looks good. And now you're going to add 3 barbules of the pheasant tail. Again, you want 6 legs. So I'm going to add 3 right on top, right down the middle. When I tried to look at his fly there, I didn't know if he had tied them in first, then added a dubbing, but it looks like he laid them on top. And the best way I've seen to lay those on top is we're going to put a little super glue on top. I know we always had super glue around the house as a kid, so I know it came out a while back. So I'm sure he probably did this little super glue on top of the dubbing. Just guessing. First one right up tight. Don't want to touch the super glue with your fingers. Second one. And number 3. It's actually a tough thing to do. Took me a couple times to figure out how to do this. Okay, take your turkey and pull it right over top. And don't worry about them coming together like that. You'll separate them in a minute. Go ahead and wrap it in. Alright, looks good. You can take your popkin if you want. Separate your legs up. We're going to trim them down too. They're not this long. Actually, that one's the center one there. Yeah, I'm not sure how he did this, but I'm guessing this is how he did it. Okay, so now you got 6 legs. Go ahead, trim up the length. About that long. You gotta wrap a couple times here in front. And now you're going to add just a little bit of black dubbing. You noticed on his, he had a little bit of black for the head. Just a little bit. So that's what we're going to do. Just a little bit. Get this out of here. I don't know what that is in there. Alright, so go ahead and spin the dubbing on for the head. Pull the fibers of the turkey back right over top. Let's see if I did that over top. That looks pretty good. You got that right. Get your whip finishing tool. Couple whips. And there you go. Cut that away. Cut this away. Okay, now you got your 3 legs there. These ones folded down a little bit. Let's see if we can straighten them out. For the photograph here. Okay, here you go. You got 6 legs, 3 tails. Isonychia. Alright, hope you enjoyed the video. But the hardest thing I had to do was figure out how he put these gills. These gills took me 3 or 4, maybe more than that, attempts to experiment how he did it, and then I finally sat there and looked at it, and that's how he did it. So, alright, hope you liked the video. If you do, please give me a subscribe, give me a like, give me a comment what you like, what you don't like, and hope you enjoy it. We'll pick out another fly here to do, and we'll do that. Okay. Thanks for watching.